NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. Welcome once again to TPC Sawgrass for the Players. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action. And Frank, the 17th hole is always the place to be during this great championship.
It certainly is, Rich. The energy, as we know, each and every year has just been electric at 17, and I don't expect it to be any different today.
A lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the 5th. Frank, we're early in the second round. What have you seen so far?
I've seen a lot that can be improved on too, but there's enough good there. That's the main thing. You know, the scorecard doesn't always reflect how you're playing, but a little bit of basics out there. Fairways, greens, maybe knock a couple of putts, and all of a sudden that scorecard looks different.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
In the water. Too bad. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. So, Frank, with this approach shot, need to put it in there reasonably close and hope for a bogey.
Yeah, and that actually wouldn't be so bad. A string of mistakes, and just to minimize the damage to just one drop shot, you'd nearly give yourself a pat on the back. This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Pretty good shot right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This case of anything that could go wrong, not just probably, it did. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final two holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now he'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Well, at last, a birdie. Frank, the seventh hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, not in contention, but in for par. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. So a tester from 4 feet. That is a solid par putt right there. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Excellent looking shot here. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Oh, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Giant putter heads, fat grips. What's happening with putter technology these days, Frank?
One of the things they've done is face balance. That means the putter face doesn't rotate around, especially when it's not hit perfectly. So a putter that doesn't move around as much means it's going to stay squarer. A putter that stays squarer means the ball's going to go on line more.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Players. We're at the TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, for one of the game's most prestigious titles, the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Didn't cover the flagstick on that one, but on the green, safely, with about 30 feet to go. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. That was not a very good read right there. And getting ready for the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. And he's made it onto the green. Just a couple of feet. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on this green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
It is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie, but if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up, and there's two little pop bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Now the start of the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18. Par 5, 16. Frank, Tiger made birdie here all 4 days in winning in 2013.
Fred Couples made that fantastic eagle many years ago. Hole bends a little to the player's left. You don't have to hit driver here if you're a long hitter, but you really must move that ball right to left. second shot.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve, had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Frank, you think about heartache here at 17 through the years. What comes to mind?
Obviously, Sean O'Hare is the first memory. I remember Len Matisse messing the hole up, Sergio Garcia just a couple of years ago when he was trying to make two. And you're punished so severely at 17 for a miss, but you're rewarded too for bravery. And it's that fine line between being a hero and a fool. And it comes down to 137 yards.
Not looking good, Frank.
No, I think it's wet.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That was a solid strike and a good result. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
And he's made the green.
Even par currently.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Day 3, and what a tournament this is shaping up to be, Frank.
Quite simply, great weather, great golf, great fans, which is the perfect mix for a golfer trying to win a tournament. The final round, if this is anything to go by, has to just be sensational.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players. Welcome to the Players Championship, always one of the most unpredictable Sundays in golf. This is Pete Dye's masterful creation, TPC Sawgrass. We're located in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida.
And what a championship final round we're in for today, Rich. Whatever happens in the first 15 holes will only be exaggerated, accentuated. Your choice over 16, 17, and 18. 3 famous holes, all with water in play. And we've seen just about every scenario possible over the last few years. Today, we get to add to it. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Getting set now for the approach at the 15th.
Yeah, good-looking second shot here, but you've got to be precise. Hardly a flat spot on this green. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Good effort and good par putt. Frank, I think one of the things that fans love about this gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, each hole has that sort of hold your breath moment. Certainly 17, we know when that ball's in the air, you're holding your breath. Is it wet or dry? 16, same on that second shot. You're holding your breath wondering, where is it? Right in the water or left with a chance for 3?
That's why you don't want to get too sloppy on that tee shot. A lot of people look at 16 because there's a wide fairway and they think just get it down there. But the extra 10 or 15 yards, there's a little ridge down that left side. If you catch that, the ball will kick a good 20 yards further forward. 20 yards is too close. I'd much rather go into 17 with a 4-iron than a 2-iron.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Well, look out, this could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Through the years, Frank, there have been 6 aces here at 17.
But it's hard to imagine that the last one was back in 2002 by none other than the most interesting man in the game and probably the most interesting par 3 in the game. This has to go in the hazard.
Needs to get up. Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots.
Unfortunately, that ball is wet. Not what you wanted to hear, but this is the 5th shot after the ball went into the water. Well, hit the stroke limit on that one. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better. That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. those will knock the wind out of your sails. Double bogey. That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time.